Whatever Happened to the Village Wise Woman by Shuck. Andrea was always in my class, from kindergarten all the way through to when we graduated high school. I'd like to think I was the closest thing she had to a genuine friend, though that thought is also rather troubling when I lie awake at night thinking about her. Andrea was weird, like a generic creepy ghost child from another mediocre horror movie. I heard that her first word was chop, though that could have just been a rumor. Rumors swirled around Andrea always. Chop, 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 she'd repeat while staring at an empty corner of her basement where a previous occupant had butchered his son. In truth, she was a sweet, shy, and unerringly polite kid who blushed when she heard a curse word. She sat at the back of the classroom and rarely bothered anybody much. Her pitch black hair was forever tautly tied in 2 braids, like Wednesday Addams, which didn't help dispel her spooky reputation. You see, Andrea knew things that she couldn't know. Sometimes, she knew things she shouldn't know, and this only ever ultimately made everyone else uncomfortable. Oddly, she only knew things about other people, she once told me with a shrug, never about herself. She could tell when people were pregnant, for example, and I mean way before a baby bump was showing. I asked her how, and she thought about it for the longest time whilst chewing her peanut butter and American cheese sandwich. See, I told you she was weird. Until she eventually said that, "Their eyes change. I see the baby's soul inside." She knew exactly when the rain would start and stop. You could set your watch by it. She knew when someone was sick. She knew that a kid named Mikey was soon going to die of a brain hemorrhage, though he ignored her warnings with much mockery. It was after Mikey's death in 5th grade that people really began to pick on her. "Witch!" they'd hiss with real venom. And that was the grown-ups. Mikey's mom got herself arrested for throttling the girl outside the school gates. Rocks were thrown through Andrea's dad's windows. This made him hate his daughter even more. Andrea's mom had died giving birth to her, which Andrea's dad reminded her of on a daily basis. Oddly, Andrea remained upbeat all through school, philosophical. She planned to turn her strange talents into a career. "In medieval times, I'd have been the village wise woman," she told me, grinning. "I'll be the one psychic who isn't full of shit." However, that fact turned out not to be such a blessing in the end, and her thoughts about being the village wise woman were oddly prophetic. After angering a man by revealing that his wife had somehow gotten pregnant, though they'd not had sex in a year, he chased Andrea into the woods outside of town, tied her to a tree, doused her with gasoline, and threw a match. A fate like many wise women before, and, I fear, many ever after.